YouTuber who tried to cancel Dokibird just got caught again by Hei. So to summarize what happened, Cat Liente received screenshots of something that like a PC that Dokibird wanted to get made. However, it was essentially just a scam, and the PC, the artist, essentially just made a rough, would you put it, like a sketch or whatever it is, or whatever, and wanted some arbitrary amount of money for that, and Cat wrote the doc about it then. And they got absolutely, with Dokibird responding, got the brakes beaten off of her. And then, in addition to that, Alicia also beat the brakes off of her again. And then everybody else jumped in, like Hei and Ref and some other people also jumped in. It is just really, really interesting. Fuck Cat and chat, and not in the fun way. Yeah, nobody's touching that.
Do you guys remember this Cat Liente person, this cat and chat person, who was recently in the news for making a terrible video about Dokibird and getting a ton of criticism for that video, in which...
Wait a minute. Let's look up at Social Blade. How she's doing right now. She is still losing subs, by the way. She is still losing subs. She is down to 164k right now from originally probably close to almost 200k. So yeah, she's still fucking dying. Her views are in the trenches actually currently. So there's also that. The more you know. The more you know. Yeah. And to run down who this is. Essentially, she made a YouTube guide tutorials on how to grow your channel while being not a big channel herself, and then got absolutely then realized, hey, this is VTuber drama, let's cover this. Oh, this actually gives good views and attention. Let's do that instead. And yeah, started grifting towards that, even though she's an absolute tourist and has no idea what she's talking about. The usual.
Which she really tried to make Dokibird look as bad as possible, to which Dokibird responded shortly after, like a day later. And really, it looked like Dokibird was essentially getting scammed by someone, but Cat was more or less taking the side of the scammer and trying to say that Dokibird was like a terrible person for not giving this apparent scammer,
this poor innocent street artist who has only provided a potential piece of art for a PC. That's all, just art, and wanted an arbitrary amount of money.
Over $10,000. It was like $14,000 or something. Cat then got called out by the VTuber Alicia.
$14,000 for a piece of art. Let that sit in. Was it an edit of an already existing one? I don't remember. I don't think. No. No. It was essentially just. Essentially, it was something that I could do in like Photoshop in like a day. Where they did in like 120. Okay, what is it now? Is it Alicia? Is it Alicia? I don't know which one it is at this point. Ref says Alicia. Hei says Alicia. I do not know.
And made an apology to Alicia, which wasn't really much of an apology, and even revealed personal information of Alicia. This is all stuff we covered in great detail a few weeks.
Yeah, she revealed her full legal name. Like, people knew her first name, but they didn't know her surname. She barely covered the name, and that was definitely out of malice.
Weeks ago, but just kind of, you know, mentioning this stuff really quick to jog your memory. Hopefully you're familiar with this stuff, because there's like way too much to recap here. This is not a recap. This is just mentioned like a quick...
Just to recap, she essentially just used somebody's illness for clickbait. And I say completely differently too. Nobody knows.
Memory jog. And now, spoiler alert time. I'm recording this part in post-production after I recorded the entire rest of the video, because near the end of the video, we find a post that shows just how far Kat was seemingly premeditating this hit piece against Doki, the new evidence making her look so much worse. And I'll put a timestamp right here on screen to that part if you want to skip and see it, but please consider watching the rest of the video leading up to it. Appreciate you.
She says Alicia. In this case, we have confirmation. It's Alicia. Okay. Then we got this.
And now here is the rest of the video as originally recorded. But the reason why we're talking about this is because there is an interesting series of events that...
Look at those views! Look at how these views have tanked! 8K, 7K, 11K, 8K. Look at how these views have tanked. Look at how this... they're too... How about now? Say again. They're not big enough to put a dent into me. Say it again. Say it again. Well, here we have it. Get fucked.
That have occurred since then, including, actually, before we take a look here at Kat in chat, Mujin himself making a video about the whole situation.
What the fuck, Mooch? This is 2 hours long! Bro, Mujin said, yeah, fuck this bitch. I'm getting here out of here. 1 million views, 2 hours and 4 minutes. 2 hours and 5 minutes, that's diabolical.
And all the backlash Kat in chat got, along with the context, of course, that video collecting over 1 million views and was released 7 days ago. Well, now, as you can see, Kat continued to upload videos after that occurred, and after all the backlash that she was getting anyways, you know, posting basically every day, as you can see here. Then 6 days ago, 5 days ago, 4, 3, 2, and then nothing the last few days. Now, what's really interesting is on every video she's made since this whole controversy, to put it simply, the comments are filled with people calling her out, bringing up the Alicia situation, and also the
from 171k to 164k subs. Yeah, put the fries in the back, homie. Wherever VTubers going against other VTubers, can they focus on their own career? This is not VTubers going against other VTubers. Kat is not a VTuber.
Dokibird situation. And it's particularly amusing that she did acknowledge the Alicia stuff, albeit in a pretty terrible way, but she's been completely radio silent about all the Dokibird stuff. People mocking her and criticizing her in various ways throughout all of her videos, for example, this video from 6 days ago, but continuing up until her most recent video, if we hop over there next. As you can see here, now on her most recent video from 2 days ago, comments still coming in, for example, this one from 19 hours ago, a top comment reading, "Best is to unsub or call her out in comments. The dislikes are a good indicator, but dislikes on YouTube is not the same as on Reddit, where the negative karma comment gets buried." Again, Kat, I really like your videos, and you
just put the fries in the back, Kat. Either you properly apologize, which we know you never will. You never did properly to Alicia. You only did it. Hi, Alex. How are you doing? I've been good. Hello. You only did it to Alicia because you got called out heavily for it. And she didn't just let that slide, and she still does not continue to let it slide. You did not apologize to the 4 lolly girls. You didn't do that either. You just ran with a narrative, painted them as the villains when they were just they weren't doing anything. So that you did as well. In addition to that, there was another art thing where you fucked up as well. You did not apologize for this too. And you did this with Dokibird now. And you did not properly apologize for this too. You made a bunch of edits and you still stood by the artist. That wasn't an artist, but a scammer. Half of the news videos are less than Poke's most popular video. Yay!
You always talk about taking accountability for your actions, but you yourself don't abide by your own words. Rules for thee, but not for me. Are you going to own up to your mistakes, or... We'll read a few more, and then I'll get to the next point. Kat, I loved your content, and I liked listening to the drama you covered. I'm very disappointed to find out that you don't care about any of the wrongdoings you did, pretending like they don't exist. Why do you cover these stories like you don't do the exact same thing the people you're talking about do? What even makes you think not mentioning it will make anything better? Whenever she starts her video with, "We have tea," I'm just gonna assume she about to spout some nonsense. Yeah, it's especially funny because the way she started her Dokibird video, she was like, oh, we got some piping hot tea. Yeah, she really thought she was cooking with that one.
Yeah, she was cooking with that one. Yeah, but it was your document. It was your document. You wrote that piece of shit. Literally. A piece of shit wrote a piece of shit. What can you do?
This is tea so piping hot, none of you guys have actually heard about it before because it has not been posted anywhere. This is about a big VTuber by the name of Dokibird.
I wanted to move on to the next point, but like these comments are actually hilarious. We'll read it.
Ah, I remember now. I forgot putting a plane on her forehead like I did with my previous videos. I gotta rework the thumbnail. And I have to put a plane on this one as well.
A few more. Hello, you have time to dye your hair, but not the time to make an apology video? Help, I didn't even notice since I'm just strolling by to dislike and read comments. That is so upsettingly comedic. Have you apologized formally to person yet, or are we just brushing it off because siding with scammers are fine, right? Apologize. Stop running away from your mistake. Now I wish YouTube didn't hide the dislike ratio. So, I did want to look for like some of the defense comments because on the videos she's been posting after all this backlash, there's always been like a few defenders saying things like, Kat already apologized, like referencing the non-apology she made to Alicia, but she's never apologized to Dokibird yet. And other people saying like, Kat is only uploading these videos because they were pre-recorded and right now she's on vacation, which is interesting because other defenders were saying that she was actually moving. So I don't even know what's going on with that.
Damn, the same she does the same shit that she did during the Lolly Girl thing. She does the exact same shit again, where she has pre-recorded drama and posts it on the internet. I'm gonna straight up say this. If you make drama videos, and you are in the middle of a drama, and you are on a vacation, and something changes, and you are pushing a narrative that is false, I am actually quite glad that people come after you if you do it like that. Because when it comes to drama, you always need to be up to date. So if there are mistakes, you can immediately correct them. You cannot do that when you're constantly on vacation. Every time that she is in big issues, she's on vacation. At this point, she's kind of doing it on purpose, isn't she? The moment something bad happens, she just goes into hiding. No, Lily, no apology. Very true.
Whatever the case may be with her potentially moving or being on vacation, it still came off very tone deaf and or that she was trying to dodge accountability by posting these allegedly pre-recorded videos and not saying anything about what she did to Dokibird and all the criticism she got for that.
In addition to that, I feel like the drama that she covers, it's just art drama. It's really just VTuber drama. It's nothing else. Artist. 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 Artist, 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 artist. It's all artist. It's all artist. You couldn't cover anything else, and it's probably so minor that nobody gives a rat's ass about it as well. I can almost guarantee that.
While she did find time to make that tweet about Alicia. Now that said, many people also didn't find the tweet to be sufficient for a variety of reasons, but including that people wanted her to actually make a video on her channel where most of her viewers would see her taking accountability.
And the funny part is probably not even proper drama because it's probably not even traced
for what she did. Over on her Twitch channel, we can see that she was streaming 23 days ago and then returned 4 days ago. This meaning two things. It does seem like, yeah, she was on vacation or moving or whatever, but that she also returned 4 days ago, then also having another stream 2 days ago. And yet, as we went over already, uploads on her YouTube channel seem to have stopped. This is all to say that it looks like she really did hope that the pre-recorded videos she released while she was away were going to be enough to make people forget about all the Dokibird stuff. And then she returned.
Oh yeah, you cannot mess with Dokibird. I'm gonna straight up say, you cannot mess with Dokibird because, reason being, she is so protected by the space due to what happened to her at Nichi when she was still with Nichi Sanji, that if you come for her, if you try anything stupid or retarded to have like a go at her, you will lose. You will very much lose.
And saw that people are still bringing this up, and now she's just like actually MIA. It looks like she's really trying to dodge all of this Dokibird stuff. Like she's really hoping that everyone just forgets. And then she saw that that's not working. As we saw already, some of the top comments, I mean, all of the top comments really, the great majority of them at the very least, on her most recent video are calling her out for saying nothing about the Dokibird stuff. It's really just astonishing how bad she's handling all of this stuff. Dokibird even responded and gave the receipts showing where Kat essentially messed up. You think she would at the very least make a follow-up video being like, hey, Doki responded to me and I saw everything Doki said.
Who believes that she would make a follow-up video if we truly just know for a fact that this person just does not care? She just does not care who she fucks over. Just the truth.
Man, I realized I made some mistakes or something, right? She did have time to stream for hours upon hours since she returned, but there's just nothing about the Dokibird stuff. It almost feels like kind of like personal. It's so weird. Like I'm sure Dokibird doesn't even really care about this person. There's nothing personal from Dokibird here. But like Kat seems to have some kind of like weird one-sided personal vendetta against Dokibird. That's what it comes off like when she's just like refusing to take down the video, refusing to listen to any criticism, refusing to make an update video. Maybe at some point after I release this video, she will. And I'm not saying that's because of the video I'm making now. I don't think that will be why. It would simply be
I don't think anything's gonna come from her. There will be a point when people will forget, and then there's just the next drama, and the next drama, and so on, and so forth. But a follow-up would admit she's wrong. Yeah, she will not admit that. And if she did the follow-up, she will probably just, like, either she would double down, which I know these people constantly do, or, and I could see that as well, she's gonna deflect. She don't try to dodge, she tried to put under the rug and hope till it'll disappear. Yeah, and I gotta be honest, this is usually the most effective way to do this. Just don't respond at all. Ignore everything that's coming towards you. Eventually, people will stop and forget. Just the truth.
timing. Like, for all I know, right now she's recording some sort of update. That very well may be the case. But it could be just as likely, I suppose, that she just takes a break now and then returns and it's like never says anything at all about what she did to Doki. Hopping over to Mujin's video about Kat in chat and what she did. We've got a top response here from Alicia herself saying, "Thank you for the way you covered this video. Seeing the amount of detail you put in your coverage is fantastic. Thank you to everyone who's been so supportive as well. It's been a crazy past week. I look forward to seeing Doki being okay after this, her community, and also my community." And scrolling down a little bit, there's a very interesting comment here that says, "It's gotten even worse. Yesterday, I saw a Twitter post."
Like, the thing is with these people, she is doing the thing that I always say and many others always say when they're on drama. Shut the fuck up. Don't say anything. It'll pass. Like, for example, we can take Dr. Disrespect as an example. The only thing bro still gets shit for what happened on, like, what happened between, like, him and the minor is that he doesn't shut the fuck up about it. He could have had peace months ago if he just never said anything. If he just continued and never said anything. But since he has to bring it up all the time, people are still calling him out on it. But if he didn't say constantly anything about it, people would have forgotten by now. Or not cared.
Where someone had managed to grab the Kat Google Doc info, and she created it 2 months ago and spent a few days editing it in recent weeks. So she and the artist have been planning to do this for 2 whole months. So basically, since Manager 3 said they weren't going to carry on with this, the artist, being the one who came off looking like a scammer once Doki posted the receipts, responded to all the stuff with their own Google Doc. And so I was saying earlier, you know, it came off like she's got some weird vendetta against Doki. I mean, that just makes it look even more so like that might be the case. What the frick? 2 months?
But why beef with fucking Doki? What does Doki even do that even could constitute any kind of personal bullshit I don't see it. Like, the girl doesn't do anything. The only type of personal beef you could have with Doki is if you are a Niji sister. I don't know if Cat is a Niji sister. I cannot tell.
She really was like taking this artist's side and just like really trying to come out with this hit piece against Dokibird, apparently. Let's take a look at the 4 responses that comment got. They teamed up to take down Doki. Cat did this for clout and because she's jealous of VTuber. Oh my gosh, can you please tell me the user or at least the keywords so I can look this up on Twitter? YouTube seems to be getting rid of my replies, so I can't say. But then this one getting through, I guess, and saying Vexter. The artist spent more time working on a call-out post than doing their job. My gosh. Well, what do you guys say? Let's take a look at this for ourselves, too. So, this seems to be the tweet from Vexter shouts out. Says, update. I just realized this. Cat Liente has been sitting on the Dokibird dock for more than 2 months. This is an even bigger sign that this was a deliberate attempt to smear her, and even more shows malicious intent.
Damn, what kind of personal beef is this? She was sitting on this for she was writing this for 2 fucking months? 2 fucking months? What, why? That's some generational hater type shit. That's some, you've got to be this is beef. This is no longer, this is beef. Holy heck. Yeah, there are limits to how far people will fight something that not responding, even if they're right. Yeah, now what my government does with all the protesters. Yeah, yeah, the best way is to not respond at all. There's some hate even I can't respect. This is what does that mean? You're also a lovely hater out here, but crazy. 2 months sitting on this shit dock, and then like, yeah, this is fine. Let's release this.
Intent.
She had like 2 months to be like, abandon mission. Stop. I'm gonna delete this. Stop. Abandon mission. And she still dropped it.
She had 2 months to prepare a plan and somehow failed. Ironic. Yeah, and that was on May 23rd. So even since then, man, it's now the 30th. It's been a week since this comment and she still has not taken the video down. Still hasn't said anything about it. Like, all this stuff definitely makes her look worse and worse, in my opinion. Makes Cat look more malicious and worse, in my opinion. Yeah, terrible look. Let's check out the screenshot too. So titled Dokibird Charity Auction PC Build. Going all the way back to the bottom first. March 8th. Celeste X Dokibird. Edited on March 8th. Then on March 8th again. Changed to Dokibird Charity Auction. Edited again on March 8th. Then all the way on May 7th. And then the video itself getting posted on May 13th. And the freaking description, she got time to edit this in there. There finally has been a resolution to the situation and the buyer will be receiving a refund alongside an additional 1K for the troubles. Presumably referring to the auction winner. The artist still has not been compensated for their involvement in this.
She still she is still on the side of the scammer. Ain't no way. Yeah, this is personal.
Project. Yeah, the one who looks like a scammer. Update 2. Doki has put out a statement of her side. Feel free to read it here to come to your own conclusion. How about you make an update video or something more than just like putting this there? Like, what the frick, man?
Yeah, you know why she put that there? So she can say, yeah, I changed something. I updated people on something. The problem is nobody fucking reads the description. Nobody does. You, me, my chat, your chat, no, almost nobody does read the description.
And then we got this, according to jobrec.net, as of recording right now, her video on Dokibird sitting at an 84%.
Ooh, that's tasty. That's tasty. Almost 18k dislikes. She plays in the description because no one checks it, correct? Yeah, it's the last video for today.
% dislike ratio, 3,300 likes versus 17,800.
Damn, there's more comments than likes.
Dislikes. Yeah, everything, like all the context around this whole Dokibird situation that Cat started, it just looks so bad that I don't even I don't even think there could be a sincere apology. It's just gonna look like damage control. I mean, it just comes off so malicious, like she did this all with intent. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I suppose I'll leave it there for now. Do you think Kat has gone into hiding? Do you think she'll address this stuff eventually? And if you think she'll be authentic? Let me know what you think about all that stuff.
So here's what I believe. Plan A, she doesn't respond at all, which is the most smartest thing to do, straight up. I'm gonna straight up be honest here. That's the smartest thing to do. B, she doubles down, which would be even more detrimental. C, she gives us a half-assed apology and everybody moves on. That's also a possibility. And I do think that a lot of the drama that she's involved, where she's the bad guy, she does that maliciously. She did it for the lolly VTubers, she did it for Alicia, where she straight up doxed her. She did it for some other art thing that I still remember. I can't pinpoint what it was, but there was another drama where she was in. And also for the Dokibird stuff, I think she did that maliciously as well. You don't sit on a false Google document for 2 months. You don't do that. No normal person does that, other than, yeah, somebody who's incredibly retarded or incredibly hateful. Very simple. That's how I see it. That is how I see it.